Page 1. Speech for Investors, Slide 1 Slide 2, Fund 4 Presentation. Slide 1, Welcome Introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed investors, thank you for joining us today. It's an absolute pleasure to stand before you and introduce an investment opportunity that will redefine the future of technology. Today, we're not just talking about the next big thing, we're talking about the big thing. An opportunity to position Madripoor as the global leader in cutting-edge microcontroller technology. And we couldn't think of a better place to make this happen than right here in Madripoor, with Blackthorn Apex leading the charge. Now, you might be wondering what's so special about Madripoor? Well, you're about to find out. You see, we've been quietly assembling a powerhouse of talent, infrastructure, and ambition right here in Madripoor. From our state-of-the-art facilities to the visionary engineers that populate them, we're set to make Madripoor not just a place on the map, but the place to be in the tech world. In a nutshell, we're transforming the future of semiconductor manufacturing, and we want you to be part of this revolution. But don't just take my word for it, let's dive into the vision behind this endeavor. Slide 2, the vision. So, what exactly is Fund 4 all about? It's simple, we're building something that's never been done before. A state-of-the-art Robotech Cyclone semiconductor factory in Madripoor. And what's going to come out of this factory, you asked? Only the most advanced microcontrollers the world has ever seen. These microcontrollers aren't just for any old gadgeter, they'll power the next generation of Vacancy machines, specifically the VR101P Shadow Dancer program. These aren't your average microcontrollers, they'll be the brains behind futuristic defense systems, robotics, and the emerging IoT markets. Now, I know what you're thinking, microcontrollers? Robotics? That's some next level stuff, right? Well, you're right. This is exactly why we're here today. Our goal is not just to make a microcontroller, we're aiming to make a leap forward in technology itself. Our vision for this factory is to establish Madripoor as the global hub for semiconductor innovation. Imagine a place where the most advanced, reliable, and powerful chips are manufactured not in Silicon Valley, not in Taiwan, but right here in Madripoor. And when we talk about the VR101P Shadow Dancer, we're talking about a platform that will revolutionize defense, robotics, and IoT. These chips will enable cutting-edge cloaking devices, advanced combat systems, and precision targeting capabilities that will be used in the most high-stakes environments possible. The market potential? Unmatched. Now, we understand that in any investment opportunity, there's a need for solid returns. Let's get to the numbers soon. But before we do, think of it this way, by investing in this state-of-the-art facility, you're not just securing a piece of technology, you're securing a future where Madripoor is the gold standard in microcontroller manufacturing. And that, my friends, is a future worth investing in. Transition to next slide. I'll stop here for a moment. Yes, I know you're all eager to get into the details, but let's take a breath. This isn't just about the tech, this is about the opportunity. And when you get involved in Fund 4, you'll be in the heart of something revolutionary. The scale, the impact, and the potential returns? Well, let's just say we're talking about something that will echo for decades to come. So, let's continue on this journey together. Page 2. Slide 3, the opportunity. Now, let's talk about what truly sets this opportunity apart. The VR101P Shadow Dancer. You've heard the buzz, you've seen the headlines, but let me break it down for you. We're not just building microcontrollers, we're building the brains behind the next generation of combat and defense technology. This isn't science fiction. This is science fact, and it's happening right now, right here in Madripoor. So, what's so special about the VR101P Shadow Dancer? Well, let's take a step back and look at the microcontrollers powering it. We're talking about microcontrollers optimized for Vacancy machines that are designed for the most demanding environments on Earth, the battlefields, combat zones, you name it. And these chips? They're optimized for real-time responsiveness. That means they don't just work, they think, they adapt, they react in real time, giving the VR101P the crucial edge in combat scenarios. Let's talk features, shall we? First off, cloaking capabilities. That's right, we're making stealth real, not just in the movies, but in the field. The VR101P will have the ability to disappear from enemy radar and sensors, a game changer when it comes to tactical advantage. And yes, I know some of you might be thinking, but is this really feasible? Trust me, this is far beyond the stuff you see in spy thrillers. It's engineering at its finest to precision, and no, it won't make the mesh disappear when you least expect it, like your car keys. We've got that covered. Second, we've got the CADS-1 ceramic blade control systems. These systems will provide unparalleled precision in weaponry and mechanics, allowing for fine-tuned movements in battle scenarios, ensuring Vacancy machines perform at their absolute peak. And lastly, deterministic timing for real-time battlefield decisions. Sounds fancy, doesn't it? But it's crucial. When you're in the heat of battle, you need those decisions to be not just fast but exact. Our microcontrollers will deliver decisions with split-second precision, ensuring that no matter the scenario, your Varitech is always one step ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, the VR101P Shadow Dancer is more than just a projector, it's a breakthrough. And we have the opportunity to not only be part of that future but to help build it. Slide 4, why Madripoor? Now, why Madripoor, you ask? Why not Silicon Valley? Or the usual tech hubs of the world? Well, allow me to tell you why Madripoor is the perfect place for this revolutionary leap forward. Madripoor is uniquely positioned to be the Silicon Gateway of the future. It's strategically located, offering access to cutting-edge infrastructure, logistics, and a business-friendly environment that's second to none. But more than that, it's the culture that's emerging here. It's a blend of innovation, ambition, and a relentless drive for excellence. You don't find this just anywhere. When we talk about world-class talent, Madripoor is quickly becoming a magnet for the brightest minds in engineering, design, and technology. We're already attracting top-tier engineers with a vision for the future of Varitech mesh and microcontroller technology. These are the engineers who will shape the next era of defense, robotics, and IoT. We're not just hiring people, we're building a movement. But let's not forget about the culture of innovation that thrives here. Madripoor isn't just a place where things get done. It's a place where things get redefined. The people here are eager to push boundaries, challenge norms, and create the impossible. This is where the next wave of microcontroller design is happening, and the best part? We're just getting started. So why Madripoor? Because this city isn't just catching up to the tech world, it's leading it. And we, my friends, are the ones who get to help make that vision a reality. Transition to next slide now. I know you're all thinking, this sounds great, but where do we go from here? Well, hold tight, because what I've just shared is only the beginning. We're on the cusp of something monumental, and I'm excited to have you along for the ride. But before we go any further, let's dive into the numbers and how we plan to take this vision from the drawing board to the factory floor. Are you ready to be a part of the future? Let's keep going. Page 3. Slide 5, the microcontroller design tournament now. Let's dive into something that truly sets us apart from the competition, our microcontroller design tournament. And before you say, hey wait, is this a hackathon on steroids? Let me assure you, this is no ordinary event. This is where we tap into the genius of our engineers and put it under pressure. Think of it as a high-stakes game of chess, but instead of knights and rooks, they're designing the microcontrollers that will power the future of combat and robotics. Here's how it works. We gather our brightest engineers, throw them into a 2-hour, high-pressure design tournament, and watch the magic unfold. Now, you might be wondering, why put them through such a rigorous challenge? Well, that's simple. Innovation thrives under pressure. And it's not just about seeing who can design the best chip in record time, it's about seeing who can think outside the box when the clock is ticking and the stakes are high. Because, let's face it, we don't want engineers who just solve problems, we want the ones who break the rules to create solutions that were never even imagined. The best part? This tournament feeds directly into our R&D pipeline. Winning designs from this event aren't just a shiny trophy on the shelf. They're integrated into the development of next-gen microcontrollers for the VR101P. You're not just watching innovation happen, you're investing in it. We're creating a culture of relentless improvement, where every tournament pushes the boundaries of what's possible. And the results? Well, they're in the chips. Or more accurately, in the microcontrollers that will power the Shadow Dancer and countless other advanced systems for years to come. It's a pressure cooker of creativity, and the outcomes? Well, let's just say, they're explosive. Slide 6, Engineer-centric ecosystem. Let's be honest. You can't just throw a bunch of engineers into a room, give them a coffee break, and expect breakthroughs. No, you need an ecosystem, a whole environment where creativity thrives, collaboration is effortless, and innovation becomes a way of life. This is where we've built something truly unique, the engineer-centric ecosystem. First off, let's talk about our coffee badging system. It might sound like a fancy name for a morning coffee run, but trust me, it's much more than that. We're creating a culture where ideas flow as freely as coffee. Our system encourages informal collaboration during breaks, where engineers don't just grab a cup of coffee, they grab the opportunity to hash out their next big idea with colleagues. It's like turning every coffee break into an impromptu innovation session. You see, sometimes the best ideas aren't born in formal meetings. They're born when two engineers get together over a cup of joe and say, you know, what if we tried this? But it doesn't stop there. We've taken it a step further with our tokenization work-life model. Essentially, we cover all living expenses for our engineers: their housing, food, transportation, everything that might distract them from their mission. The goal? Full focus on creativity, problem solving, and, of course, making sure our microcontrollers are the best on the market. If our engineers don't have to worry about bills, they can focus entirely on innovation. It's a win-win. And finally, we've implemented an incentivization program designed to keep our engineers motivated, engaged, and constantly striving for excellence. Innovation isn't a one-time event, it's a lifestyle. That's why we're giving our engineers the tools, resources, and rewards they need to stay sharp, creative, and at the top of their game. Think of it this way, we're not just building microcontrollers. We're building a culture of innovation where engineers are empowered to create, collaborate, and constantly push the envelope. This isn't just a place to work, it's a place to thrive. Transition to next slide. So, in a nutshell, we've got the talent, the ecosystem, and the pressure cooker environment to push the limits of what's possible in microcontroller technology. But what does all this mean for you, our valued investors? Well, let me show you the numbers and how this unique approach translates into real returns on your investment. Buckle up, because the next phase of this journey is where things really get exciting. Page 4. Slide 7, the factory, Robotech Cyclone Semiconductor Facility. Now, let's talk about the heart of this entire operation, our world-class manufacturing facility. If you've ever wondered what happens when you combine cutting-edge technology, visionary engineering, and a pinch of Madripoor's raw innovation, the result is the Robotech Cyclone Semiconductor Facility. This is not your typical factory. It's custom-built, specifically designed to handle the demands of manufacturing microcontrollers for the VR101P. I'm talking about a state-of-the-art infrastructure that's purpose-driven from the ground up. This facility will not only support our immediate production needs but will also scale as demand grows. And trust me, demand will grow. Our technology is designed for the defense and aerospace industries, two sectors that don't exactly operate in the slow growth lane. But, hold on, now does that mean we're going to see another factory update anytime soon? Well, let me assure you a number. We're not building a factory that will just sit there and collect dust. This is a scalable powerhouse. The infrastructure we're putting in place is designed to grow with demand. As the need for high-tech, defense-grade microcontrollers rises, our facility will scale quickly, enabling us to meet the demand without missing a beat. It's a flexible, efficient system that ensures we're not just meeting current needs, but future-proofing our ability to ramp up production when the market demands it. And of course, let's not forget quality control, because, unlike the average factory, when you're building technology that powers meshes, we're not cutting corners. We're putting in place the highest quality control standards, ensuring that every microcontroller coming off the line meets the rigorous demands of defense and aerospace electronics. No oops moments here. Every unit will be ready to perform in the harshest environments, whether in the air, on the ground, or in the depths of space. Slide 8, funding overview. Alright, so how do we bring this vision to life? It's time to talk dollars, cents, and a solid game plan for how we're raising capital to make all this happen. Our target capital raise is between $100 million and $150 million, and let's call it the sweet spot. Not too little that we're scrambling for resources, but not too much that we're overreaching. It's the ideal amount that gives us the flexibility to scale operations and adapt to unforeseen changes in the market. Here's the breakdown: $36 million for property acquisition. Yes, we're purchasing the land for our facility. But it's not just any land, or it's prime real estate that sets us up for long-term success. This isn't just a place to build a factory, it's a strategic investment in our future. $40 million for factory upgrades and specialized equipment. This is where the rubber meets the road, folks. This investment is for the state-of-the-art machinery and upgrades that will give our facility the precision and scalability it needs to lead the way in semiconductor manufacturing. It's the equipment that will ensure our engineers can turn ideas into world-changing technology. $30 million for R&D and patents. Let's talk about the lifeblood of innovation: research and development. This chunk of the investment will go directly into future-proofing our technology pipeline. From new microcontroller designs to protecting our intellectual property, this is what ensures that we're always ahead of the curve. After all, you don't want to invest in a company that's standing still, do you? No, you want the company that's setting the stage for the next big breakthrough. $20 to $30 million for operational buffer. This is our contingency fund, and it's there to ensure smooth operations no matter what. Whether it's scaling up manufacturing or managing market fluctuations, this buffer ensures that we can pivot quickly and continue to meet demand. We're also factoring in risk mitigation, to address potential semiconductor market fluctuations and geopolitical risks. Yes, we're all aware that the global tech landscape can be unpredictable, but that's why we have a plan in place to weather any storm. So, why is this such a great opportunity for you? Well, with a scalable model, world-class infrastructure, and a rock-solid financial plan in place, we're not just asking you to invest in a factory. We're asking you to invest in a future, one that's rooted in cutting-edge technology, unstoppable growth, and the unmatched potential of Madripoor as the global leader in microcontroller manufacturing. And, of course, the best part of the returns. The global demand for high-tech microcontrollers is growing rapidly. With the VR101P powering military, defense, and robotics programs, we're positioning ourselves to be at the center of it all. So, get ready to not just invest in a project, but in the future of technological advancement. Transition to next slide now. I know you're all thinking, hey, what does all of this mean for our potential returns? Don't worry, I'll show you exactly how this investment grows exponentially. But first, let's talk about what makes this factory truly unique. Page 5. Slide 9, Investor Opportunity ROI. Ladies and gentlemen, let's dive into the real meat and potatoes of this opportunity, the returns. I know what you're thinking, where's the ROI? Well, look no further, because we're not just talking about a good investment, we're talking about a great investment. The kind that makes your portfolio look like it just went through a growth spurt. First, let's talk about the projected return on investment, ROI. We're aiming for an annualized return of 15 to 20% over the next 5 years. That's not a typo. This is the kind of growth you'd expect when you're investing in a cutting-edge semiconductor technology poised to revolutionize multiple industries. And let's face it, who doesn't want their money working as hard as they do? But here's the thing, our ROI is not just numbers on a page. It's driven by something far more powerful, our exclusive intellectual property, IP. This is where the fun really begins. When you invest in Oz Fund 4, you're not just getting a piece of the action, you're gaining access to proprietary microcontroller technology that has applications in defense, automation, and the Internet of Things, IoT. We're talking about technology that powers the VR101P Shadow Dancer, a game changer in the defense industry, not to mention robotics and IoT, sectors that are rapidly evolving and expanding. And guess what? We're not just part of the conversation, we're leading it. Now, I know what you're thinking, what's the catch? And to that, I say there isn't one. We're securing exclusive patents for the VR101P, which gives us an unparalleled strategic edge in the advanced microcontroller market. This is the stuff that gives us the leg up in a fiercely competitive market. With these patents, we're not just keeping pace with the industry, we're setting the standard. It's like being the only person with a map in a treasure hunt, except the treasure is multi-billion-dollar opportunities across multiple high-growth sectors. So, let me sum it up for you: 15 to 20% annualized returns, exclusive access to cutting-edge tech, and a position as the leader in advanced microcontroller technology. That, my friends, is the opportunity we're offering. Slide 10, Green Tech and ESG Compliance. Alright, let's talk about something that's not only smart, but also essential in today's world: is sustainability and environmental responsibility. As you know, investors today are looking for opportunities that not only deliver high returns but also align with global environmental, social, and governance, ESG, standards. And I'm happy to tell you that Oz Fund 4 is fully committed to both. We're not just building the future, we're building it responsibly. Our green manufacturing practices are designed to minimize our environmental footprint. We're leveraging cutting-edge technologies and sustainable processes to ensure that we're not just creating world-class products, but also reducing our impact on the planet. Our facility is designed with sustainability in mind, from energy-efficient operations to waste reduction strategies. We're not just building microcontrollers for the future, we're building a future-friendly facility that will stand the test of time, both in technological innovation and in environmental responsibility. And here's the kicker: of this commitment to sustainability is not just about doing the right thing, it's also a powerful differentiator in the market. In today's global landscape, ESG compliance isn't just a nice-to-have, it's a must-have. Consumers, governments, and partners are increasingly demanding that companies prioritize sustainability, and we're ahead of the curve. By investing in Oz Fund 4, you're not only putting your capital into a high-return, high-growth venture, but you're also supporting a business that is driving global impact. You're part of a movement that's advancing technology while reducing the environmental footprint. And let's be honest, who doesn't like the idea of making money and saving the planet? Transition to next slide. So, to wrap this up, we've got the technology, the talent, the infrastructure, and the sustainability credentials. And with the exclusive access and strategic positioning we're offering, this is a chance to invest in the future while making excellent returns along the way. Let's take a look at how we're going to execute on this vision, shall we? Page 6. Slide 11, Closing Appeal. Ladies and gentlemen, we've covered a lot of ground today, and as we near the end of our time together, let me leave you with this final thought: by investing in Oz Fund 4, you're not just securing a financial asset, you're securing a future powered by technological excellence. Think about it, you're stepping into a vision that places Madripoor at the heart of the global semiconductor market, transforming it into the epicenter for microcontroller innovation, powering everything from the VR101P Shadow Dancer to the Internet of Things. You're not just funding a factory or a piece of tech, you're investing in the future of defense, robotics, and automation. And let me tell you, folks, when you're talking about cutting-edge tech, this isn't your average smart fridge stuff. This is next-level, life-changing, world-shaping technology. This isn't just about the products we make here, it's about where those products are going to take us. Madripoor, a city once known for its gritty streets, is now emerging as a global powerhouse of microcontroller production. OzFund 4 is the key to unlocking that future, and with your investment, we're not just aiming for success, we're aiming for technological supremacy. We're talking about building a future where we control the tech-driving industries like defense, robotics, and IoT. Where you don't just ride the wave, you make the wave. So, let's get down to it. By joining us, you're not just adding a project to your portfolio, or you're taking an active role in shaping the technological landscape of tomorrow. You're securing unmatched returns while laying the groundwork for a future driven by innovation, excellence, and a bit of that Madripoor spirit that doesn't stop until we've conquered the world of microcontrollers. So let's make it happen. Let's build the future of robotics and defense together. The world's waiting, and the opportunity is here, today. Together, we can transform this vision into reality, and in doing so, secure decades of unmatched returns. This is the moment. This is the opportunity. Let's make Madripoor the tech powerhouse it was always meant to be. Slide 12, Q&A. And now, as we wrap up, I'd like to open the floor for any questions you may have. No question is too small or too big, we're here to make sure you have all the information you need to make an informed decision. We've talked about the tech, the infrastructure, the market potential, and the returns, but I know you may still have a few lingering thoughts or questions. Whether it's about our business model, the technology behind the VR101P, or how we're mitigating risks in such a volatile market, I'm here to answer them. So please, hit me with your best questions. I promise we'll keep it as fun as the rest of the presentation. Thank you again for your time and for considering OzFund 4. Let's dive in and address any questions you might have. Page 7. Closing speech for OzFund 4 investor pitch. Ladies and gentlemen, as we approach the end of today's presentation, I want to take a moment to express my deepest gratitude for your time and consideration. This isn't just another picture, this is the future we're talking about, and your potential role in making that future happen. Thank you for staying with us through the details, the tech, and the ambitious journey we're embarking on. And if you've been feeling a little bit like the shadow dancer today, watching everything unfold behind the scenes, making strategic decisions about how to act in a rapidly changing environment, well, that's exactly the mindset we're fostering here. You've seen the projections, the technology, and the game-changing impact we'll have, but more importantly, you've seen the balance we're striking between ambition and operational feasibility. We're not just chasing the stars without a plan, we have the team, the technology, and the market to back it up. This isn't just blue sky thinking, it's grounded, strategic growth aimed at securing the long-term value of this investment. And hey, as much as we're excited about conquering the world of microcontrollers and robotics, we're also excited to partner with you, so let's make some magic happen, shall we? What we're offering is not only the chance to be part of Madripoor's next big leap into the global tech scene, but to do so in a strategically sound way, with measurable returns, all while driving innovation and leading the charge in defense and technology. This is the kind of opportunity that doesn't come around every day, and frankly, the kind of opportunity that once in motion, is hard to stop. So, to all of you, thank you once again for your time, for your interest, and for considering this opportunity with us. Together, we will shape the future. We look forward to partnering with you on this groundbreaking journey and turning our collective ambition into reality. Thank you. We're excited to take this next step with you. And now, let's grab a coffee, or, a celebratory drink. This is just the beginning. Page 8. Welcome to 1221 VR101P Shadow Dancer in Madripoor, a deep dive into the KPIs. Let's explore the key performance indicators, KPIs, for the property at 1221 VR101P Shadow Dancer. These metrics give investors a clear view of the property's performance, financial health, and future potential. Each one tells a unique story, and together, they create the narrative of why this property is such an attractive investment. Square feet, 243,732. This is the total size of the property in square feet. The sheer scale here is massive. Think the size of a small village under one roof, all dedicated to cutting-edge innovation. Every square foot contributes to revenue, either through tenancy or operational activity. Net operating income, NOI, $3,600,000. This represents the property's income after subtracting all operating expenses but before factoring in financing costs or taxes. In simple terms, it's the profit generated from managing the property. High NOI is a sign that the property is well managed and profitable. Capitalization rate, 10%, often called the cap rate. This is the ratio of NOI to the property's valuation. A 10% cap rate means that for every dollar invested, you're earning 10 cents annually in operating profit. It's a great benchmark for comparing investment opportunities. Debt service coverage ratio, DSCR, 2.03. DSCR measures how comfortably the property's income can cover its debt payments. A ratio of 2.03 means the income is more than double the debt obligations, making this a low-risk investment from a financing perspective. Occupancy rate, 84%. This is the percentage of rentable space that is currently occupied by tenants. An 84% occupancy rate shows strong demand for the space but also room for improvement. The higher the occupancy, the more stable the income stream. Tenant credit quality, B. This metric assesses the financial stability of the tenants. AB rating indicates solid, reliable tenants, though there's still room to attract higher-grade tenants in the future to further stabilize income. Lease expiration schedule, 2045. This tells us when the leases of current tenants expire. A longer-term lease like this provides income stability, as it locks in tenants for years to come. Property condition assessment, very good. The property's condition is excellent, requiring minimal repairs or upgrades. This minimizes upfront costs and enhances its value as a long-term investment. Effective gross income, IG, $4,300,000. IG represents the total income potential after adjusting for vacancy and credit losses. It's the real-world income the property is expected to generate. Operating expense ratio, OR, 63%. This ratio compares operating expenses to effective gross income. A 63% OR means that 63 cents of every dollar earned goes toward operating costs, leaving 37 cents as profit. It's a key efficiency metric. Market rent versus in-place rent, $18.62 per square foot versus $18.62 per square foot. This shows that the property's current rental rates match the market average, meaning it's neither underpriced nor overpriced. Consistency here signals stable revenue potential. Market vacancy rate, 16%. This is the percentage of rentable space in the market that's unoccupied. A 16% rate aligns closely with the property's occupancy rate, suggesting its performance is on par with the local market. Replacement cost, $42 million. The replacement cost is what it would take to rebuild the property from scratch. With a valuation of $36 million, this property is priced attractively below its replacement cost. Loan-to-value ratio, LTV, 65%. LTV measures the loan amount compared to the property's value. A 65% LTV means the property is financed conservatively, which reduces risk and increases equity for investors. Internal rate of return, IRR, 9.5%. IRR estimates the annualized return on the investment, accounting for cash flows and eventual sale price. A 9.5% IRR is a strong return, reflecting the property's profitability over time. Net present value, NPV, $4,800,000. NPV is the total value of future cash flows discounted to today's dollars. A positive NPV of $4,800,000 means this investment is expected to generate value above the initial cost. Cash-on-cash return, 8.9%. This measures the return on the actual cash invested. An 8.9% return is competitive, showing that the property generates significant income relative to the investment. Valuation, asking price, $36 million. This is the current price for the property. When compared to the metrics above, this valuation offers a compelling entry point for investors seeking strong returns. $PPS, selling price per square foot, $147.71. The price per square foot provides a granular view of the property's cost. At $147.71 per square foot, this property is attractively priced for its size and condition. Engineer occupancy count, EOC, 1,625. This metric tracks how many engineers occupy the property. A high count reflects its importance as a hub for innovation and R&D activities. Power Broker's score, 4.5. This is a proprietary score reflecting the property's desirability among brokers. A high score of 4.5 shows strong interest and confidence in its marketability. By blending strong financial metrics, strategic location, and a cutting-edge focus, 1,221 VR 101p Shadow Dancer is a rare gem in the Madripoor market.